He used to. This time he's getting hammered over new bombshell revelations, literally about bombshell revelations. Not only is he dishonest, he's not too bright.
I smell it. And as we can see, my nose is pretty large. Even though I got allergies, I can still smell well enough. I know what I'm smelling when I'm smelling it.
In a moment that stirred up buzz across both the sports and entertainment worlds, Stephen A. Smith and Jimmy Kimmel teamed up on live television to deliver a pointed critique of Floyd Mayweather. Their remarks, blending ESPN's candid sports analysis with Kimmel's sharp late-night humor, sparked widespread reactions, ranging from laughter to heated discussions while dominating headlines. The segment played out amid increasing scrutiny of Mayweather, who faced allegations involving questionable cryptocurrency ventures, suspicious real estate activities, and unresolved financial obligations. Smith didn't hold back during a fiery ESPN segment, taking aim at Mayweather's legacy and financial conduct. Meanwhile, Kimmel added fuel with a mix of comedic jabs and parody, targeting the boxer's public image. Together, the duo offered more than entertainment. They highlighted the vulnerabilities in Mayweather's seemingly untouchable reputation.
Was for this, or was this just...
I guess it's something that they just made up.
Something they made up. Do you think they're gonna paint over that when it goes as everyone seems to think it's gonna go?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You should buy that gym from him and knock it down with a wrecking ball.
Yeah. We can do that.
That would be something you could do.
We can do that.
You could potentially make... How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
It's cool.
Was that even real? Or was it just something completely made up? Seems like it might have just been fabricated. Do you think they'll end up covering that up once things unfold the way everyone expects? I'd bet on it. You should totally buy that gym from him and bring in a wrecking ball. Tear the whole thing down. That would definitely make a statement. You could actually pull that off. How much do you think you could realistically earn from this fight? Probably around 350 million? 350 million? Seriously, that's wild. You're all about the money, aren't you? I mean, it's all right. Not bad, I guess.
Well, I bought myself on my contract for $750,000, and in just 3 fights, I made $750 million.
So would you say that was maybe the biggest point in your career? Was
I think
because you had the talent, you had all of that.
I think the best thing about my career was I'm my own boss. That I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I rolled the dice, and to become great at whatever you want to do, you got to roll the dice and take a chance on yourself.
Jimmy Kimmel's bold and pointed questions added even more fuel to the ongoing examination of Floyd Mayweather's financial reality. Behind the flashy image and celebrity status, serious money-related issues have started to emerge. Experts in finance have long warned that extravagant spending, poor investment choices, and a lack of steady income can eventually catch up to anyone, no matter how wealthy. For Mayweather, those warnings seem to be playing out right before our eyes.
If everybody claiming that I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan?
Right, why you want to know?
Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious if I've been a multi-millionaire and made over $1 billion by the time I was 40, I think I made over $1.2 billion with no endorsement deals, independent. So it's obvious I got some type of remedy or
Jimmy Kimmel, known for his sharp comedic takes, has often targeted Floyd Mayweather's flashy lifestyle and inner circle. One of the most memorable moments came ahead of the much-anticipated Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight in 2015, when Kimmel grabbed headlines by joining Manny Pacquiao's walkout crew. Dressed in a parody of Justin Bieber, who was frequently seen with Mayweather, Kimmel wore a Run DMC-style getup. Black fedora, gold chains, and a custom Pac-Man t-shirt that playfully depicted the arcade icon eating Mayweather heads instead of dots. This unexpected crossover began during an April 2015 episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Pacquiao was a guest. During their chat, Kimmel joked about wanting to walk him into the ring as his version of Justin Bieber. Pacquiao played along, and the idea came to life on fight night at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Their paths crossed again in 2017 when Mayweather appeared on Kimmel's show. What started as a lighthearted interview took a bizarre turn when Kimmel asked Mayweather if he'd ever consider getting intimate with Conor McGregor, a question that visibly caught the boxer off guard. The clip went viral, showcasing Kimmel's knack for mixing comedy with uncomfortable curiosity. Over the course of his career, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly earned over $1.1 billion, fueled by massive paydays like $300 million from his bout, with Conor McGregor and $250 million from the Pacquiao fight. Off the canvas, Mayweather has said he earns around $300 million a month through investments, particularly in real estate. One of his most pivotal financial moves came in 2006, when he paid $750,000 to buy out his contract with Top Rank, a decision that paved the way for roughly $750 million in future earnings. His empire now includes upscale real estate, luxury cars, and successful ventures like Mayweather Promotions and the Money Team brand, reinforcing his status as one of the wealthiest athletes in sports history.
Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
During a 2017 guest appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Floyd Mayweather opened up about his lavish spending habits, offering a rare glimpse into his high-end lifestyle. When Kimmel questioned him about how he manages his wealth, Mayweather responded with trademark swagger, saying, "Whatever you bet, if you don't win, I'll give it back." The statement reflected his confidence in his financial judgment and his willingness to back up bold claims. Mayweather went on to share a memorable anecdote. He once had a Brinks truck deliver millions in cash directly to his home, exemplifying his taste for both luxury and convenience. His daily life mirrors that same extravagance, reportedly paying up to $1,000 per meal for a private chef and another $1,000 for each haircut. His car collection is equally over the top, including a rare $4.7 million Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, one of only 2 ever made. Meanwhile, sports commentator Stephen A. Smith has been critical of Mayweather's financial behavior, frequently raising concerns over the sustainability of his spending and the credibility of some of his investment claims. One example Smith highlighted was Mayweather's reported $42 million real estate deal in New York City. Despite public claims, no official records confirmed the purchase, prompting questions about the legitimacy of the transaction. Smith argues that while Mayweather presents himself as a savvy entrepreneur, some of his actions suggest otherwise. The contrast between what's publicly claimed and what's legally documented raises doubts about how solid his financial foundation really is. Smith's take serves as a broader warning about the dangers of unchecked spending and the need for transparency, even for ultra-wealthy celebrities. Despite Mayweather's enormous earnings over the years, his future financial health may depend on how wisely he manages his empire moving forward.
Just quickly, 10 seconds. What's going on with Floyd, Canelo, Instagram? What's up with all that stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you know, he tried to steal somewhat of Canelo's thunder. He couldn't help himself. He had to crawl under his rock, out of his rock, and make some noise. And but look, he's retired. I mean, either he's hurting for attention or he's hurting for money. And you know, we strongly feel that, look, Canelo's the man right now. He's the highest paid athlete in the world, and then we move on and we go forward, and we continue.
Oscar De La Hoya, a longtime rival of Floyd Mayweather, hasn't held back in his criticism, particularly when it comes to Mayweather's involvement in exhibition fights. De La Hoya has accused Mayweather of double standards, noting that while Mayweather often mocks influencers and crossover boxers like Logan Paul, he has personally profited from the very same type of events. By dismissing others as mere social media stars while participating in bouts with them, Mayweather, according to De La Hoya, contradicts his own public stance. In a particularly charged interview, De La Hoya went so far as to label Mayweather a fraud and a scammer, claiming that his actions undermine the credibility of professional boxing. The comments reflect not only personal animosity, but also a larger debate about the growing commercialization of the sport. De La Hoya has also suggested that Mayweather's string of exhibition matches stems from a desire for attention, or possibly a need for cash. He's argued that Mayweather's recurring appearances in the media and his controversial statements seem carefully timed to boost his public profile and monetize fan interest. In one Instagram video, De La Hoya criticized Mayweather's exhibition fight against John Gotti III, describing the chaotic match, which included a mid-fight referee swap initiated by Mayweather, as a spectacle that drew boos from the crowd. He called on Mayweather to step away from these events, saying bluntly, "Stop embarrassing yourself." Mayweather, for his part, has pushed back against the backlash. He's made it clear that these exhibitions are not just for show. They're a strategic move to keep income flowing and to build generational wealth. From his perspective, these fights serve a dual purpose: maintaining relevance in the boxing world and securing financial stability for his future.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something is just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment. So if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently responded to speculation surrounding his reported $42 million real estate investment, denying that the deal had led to any financial difficulties. He claimed that he independently acquired 62 buildings in Manhattan, stating, "I use my own money. No one else is involved." However, the legitimacy of this assertion has come under question. An investigation by Business Insider found no official record of property transfers to Mayweather's name in New York City's database. According to experts, it's possible he secured only a partial stake with options to expand rather than outright ownership. Adding to the confusion, the NYC Housing Partnership, a nonprofit associated with many of the listed buildings, reported that it had not been informed of any sale or change in ownership. This lack of documentation has raised doubts about the scope and transparency of Mayweather's real estate claims. Despite these concerns, Mayweather has consistently championed the value of financial literacy and mentorship. In a candid discussion with Snoop Dogg, he shared his proactive approach to wealth building. He recalled visiting billionaire friends. and admiring their assets, not just to enjoy them, but to learn how to acquire similar ones. "It's cool to be on your yacht," he said, "but I need a yacht like this. You can't be my friend if you can't teach me how to get it." This mindset reveals Mayweather's deeper goal, moving beyond personal wealth to create lasting generational prosperity. He emphasizes surrounding himself with successful people who are willing to share not just their success, but the knowledge behind it. For Mayweather, financial growth isn't just about luxury, it's about learning, replicating, and ultimately sustaining wealth for the long term.
Every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. Yeah. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. Yeah. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Because once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children. Then it trickles down.
It's a bloodline thing.
Yes. So it's about wealth. You know, I'm no longer rich, I'm wealthy. Right. So, you know, when I sit down with my billionaire buddies, I don't sit down with them and say, you know what? Oh, I want to get on your yacht. Oh, I want to get on your plane. No, that ain't what I did. Oh, I like your house. Nuh-uh. You know what I say? Listen, show me the way. I want to do the same thing that you're doing. So if you say that you want to, you keep calling me over here because I'm cool, because I'm fly. You like my swag, you like everything about me, right? You do, then I need to invest the same thing you invested in. If not, then we ain't really friends.
Floyd Mayweather's legacy, though decorated with an undefeated boxing record and immense wealth, has been overshadowed by multiple legal controversies, especially allegations involving domestic abuse and emotional misconduct. In 2014, his former fiancée Chantel Jackson filed a lawsuit accusing him of battery, defamation, and invasion of privacy. Among her claims was that Mayweather publicly shared a sonogram of their unborn twins and allegedly threatened to leak private photos unless she deleted an image she had posted with rapper Nelly. Jackson stated that these actions led to considerable emotional trauma. An earlier and even more serious incident occurred in 2010, when Josie Harris, the mother of 3 of Mayweather's children, accused him of physically assaulting her in front of their kids. According to her account, Mayweather struck and kicked her, leaving visible injuries. He later accepted a plea deal and served approximately 2 months in jail on charges reduced to battery and harassment. These incidents have cast a long shadow over Mayweather's public image, complicating his reputation beyond the boxing ring and contributing to ongoing debate about how his legacy should be remembered.
Floyd Mayweather, real quick, okay? So somebody sent me a lawsuit. I gotta go through the details, but apparently a few of his girls, strippers at Girl Collection are suing him for loss of wages. Okay, now I wasn't gonna pay attention to this because I was just like, well, how are y'all strippers and you suing him for loss of wages? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you get your money from the Patriot. What does he have to do with your money? And so somebody put a little bird in my ear. They said this was the beginning of the lawsuit. Okay, they're gonna be adding more allegations of harassment and all this stuff. And I was just like, hold up, you worked in a club. And so apparently there's more to come, all right? But here's my thing. I was like, the last person that filed a lawsuit against him, alleging anything, where's she at?
Since hanging up his gloves, in 2017, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has remained in the public eye by participating in a series of exhibition matches, often against opponents with little to no professional boxing background. These events, featuring social media personalities and MMA fighters, offer minimal physical risk but deliver substantial financial rewards. One of the most notable examples was his 2021 bout with YouTuber Logan Paul, which reportedly netted Mayweather a guaranteed $30 million. He has also shared the ring with MMA fighter Mikuru Asakura and YouTuber Deji, signaling a deliberate shift toward high-payout, low-stakes matchups. Supporters of this approach argue that Mayweather is simply leveraging his fame to extend his earning power, viewing the exhibitions as lighthearted events meant to entertain and generate income. Mayweather himself has described them as enjoyable and a way to build lasting wealth and a financial legacy. However, not everyone sees these ventures in a positive light. Critics, especially within the boxing community, argue that these exhibitions prioritize spectacle over sport. By taking on non-traditional opponents, Mayweather is accused of undermining the competitive integrity of boxing. His fight with Logan Paul in particular drew backlash for resembling more of a publicity stunt than a legitimate sporting contest. Detractors claim that these matchups dilute the seriousness of the sport and risk alienating longtime boxing. Fans who value skill, discipline, and competitive balance over celebrity-driven showmanship.
You buy, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I'm smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
Do you think Mayweather's exhibition matches are a smart business strategy, or do they take away from the legacy of boxing? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below.